installing the infant sling will vary depending on the carrier that you own. I'll be installing this into a double carrier, but I'll also explain it as well on other carriers. The first thing you'll notice is the supplied hardware. The telescoping bar will be used for double carriers, the D-rings will be used on single carriers, and the bolts will be used depending on the age of the carrier. On the inside corner of your carrier's frame, on newer carriers you'll find a bolt, and on older carriers you'd simply find a hole. This is the location on a single carrier that you would install the D-rings, like so. On newer carriers you'd remove the bolt and reinstall with the D-ring applied. On older carriers you'd use the supplied shorter bolts with the black metal washer against the head of the bolt. If you're installing into an older double carrier, you'd use the telescoping bar and you'd position it with the bracket on the top of the frame, like so. You'd use the longer supplied bolts with the black metal washer against the head of the bolt and the white washer against the nut. You'd install the bolt through the top, from the top through to the bottom. On newer double carriers, you'll begin by removing the attached bolt. We'll take one of the supplied black metal washers and put it on the bolt, and then install the bar with the bracket below the frame. With that done, we'll remove the harness from the location that you plan to use the sling. In a double carrier, you can use it on either side and still leave one harness for one child. Or if you're using a double with only one child, you can install it in the center position. We'll install it on one of the sides. So we'll unbuckle the harness and set aside for now. And we'll position the infant sling into the carrier with the padded section to the bottom, like so. Now we'll loop the bottom straps around the bar. If this was a single carrier, we would loop these through the D-rings on either side. So around the bar and then through the buckles. Like so. And just loosely fit for right now. Now we'll loop the upper straps around the upper bar, but to make that a little easier, we'll just collapse the frame a little first. Loop the straps from behind the bar and around to the front, and through the buckles. On both sides. And then lock your carrier up again. Now take your carrier's properly adjusted harness and we'll install it into the infant sling. We'll use the two top slots for older, taller children and the two bottom for shorter children. Simply take the buckle of the harness and slide it through and reconnect it to the carrier in the back. Next, we'll attach the carrier's lap belt to the infant sling. If we had this positioned in the middle position, we'd use the two outside lap belts to attach it. Now, we'll snug up the straps on the top and on the bottom to get the infant sling roughly into the position that we like. And then we'll take the crotch strap from the carrier and loop it through the hole in the infant sling below the crotch strap pad and through the elastic, like so. Installing the infant sling into the Corsair XL will require a slightly different step for the top portion. Take the outside strap of the infant sling and wrap it around the outside frame bar of the Corsair. Once wrapped around, simply loop it back through the buckle. And snug. For the inside, we'll use the strap that's sewn to the middle of the Corsair body and simply loop it through the buckle as well. The remainder of the installation is the same on all carriers.